Hello.
Hello.
Do I have your permission to put this on YouTube and record?
Yes.
Thank you. Hello. This is Arturo, and I'm sharing my bedtime class with him because he's very invested in my education, and I've been sending him random clips and readings because I find it funny or interesting, and I know he also does. And so he's been knowing about this class and what we go over, and I want to see if that helps create a better conversation. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hi.
No.
Okay, so this interview isn't supposed to be one-sided. It's conversation. So you gotta interact with me.
Okay.
You know what a one-pager is?
A one-pager? Remind me.
So it's one of the things that we do instead of quizzes or homework, really. I guess it was homework. But pretty much you would get a specific template most of the time. Sometimes it would be up to you. And you'd fill out just like a summary. So it shows that you have to like have gathered enough information to put it through, but also understand the key points so that you're not running over a page.
Okay.
And so
Is this like a summary of the little experiment? Or
for all of the readings I would do, so we'd have about 3 each week.
gotcha.
We've gone over what one pager's on. The first one I want to go over with you, like reflecting, because I told you about it, but I didn't show you my one pager at the time. Was just like sleeping and cultures and sleep. And so that's when we were talking about Scandinavia and Japan. And so here it is. This one pager, I more went with the one in Japan because I kind of knew about the one in Scandinavia.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, I'd rather learn a little more about that one. So yeah, it's like it could be seen as like, oh, you're a hard worker if you nap at work, but also in general, from a different reading, Japan is like a country that averages a lot less sleep than most places. So there was that one, and then we have. Oh, do you have questions about this one? Okay. And then we have this other one, and so this one was about just entertainment and sleep. This is the one that I was talking about, and so this is So yeah, this is the one that the syndrome I was telling you. It was not a disease. I don't know why I said disease. I'm sorry. I was just going off what I remember, but now we're reflecting after the interview. So the Klein-Levin syndrome, and so yeah, that's actually more common in men. And obviously it's not gonna happen because you like trick your finger on something. But it can lead to sleeping in for like 20 hours a day, but like up to a few days to a few weeks to like a month.
A month?
That's what the reading said, but that's really rare, I think.
Yeah.
And then yeah, like Nightmare on Elm Street also was mentioned, and so that was pretty much talking about like they were really accurate having kids have these nightmares because they're a lot more likely to have these nightmares. And then Fight Club, when they were like, yeah, this man hasn't slept in 6 months. I fear if you can only go like read past me. Unfortunately.
Best friend isn't real.
Darn. Do you have any questions about this one pager?
No, man.
Okay. But yeah, you see like how the different formats are? So like there would be one that's, there's 1 box, there's 2 boxes, there's 3 boxes, but they could all be in different formats. It was fun though. I like decorating them.
I like this one. Without my glasses, it looks like a border of flowers. So.
Thank you. And then this is the one that sleep and you, and just the TED talk that we were talking about, and just the different benefits to getting enough sleep, and then the disadvantages which we giggled a lot about. Well, we both struggle with sleep.
Yeah.
I can't say I struggle with all of the things that is mentioned, but I have realized, like, I do have terrible memory now, and I get really annoyed with people.
Yeah.
And like you were talking about in the interview too, like when you did get more sleep, you were saying when you did get more sleep, you could like tolerate people more.
Yeah.
So we are living proof that that TED Talk was not lying. I selected these three for you because I thought it would work best when I was planning out like a conversation, because these are the ones I feel like I kind of told you about before, and so it'd be fun to dig more in depth and in a more studious way.
Right.
And do you have any questions?
No questions.
Okay, let's see. And while I was doing all these one-pagers, I like realized, I think I like talked about it earlier, but it helped me with interpretation, because like you have to be able, if you have like 3 boxes of space, I used to think that would be like a lot of room, but depending on the font size, it's like 2 sentences. So you have to understand what you're trying to say, and so you gotta understand it.
Right.
And it helped me expand enough to show that I know the point, but also understand like the main points, and show that. And so some specific stylistic choices when I was like making them is I knew that I was like on a laptop, so they had to like low-key cook, because if it's not like you going out of your way and you're drawing all of this, I feel like you have to add more, or it's like kind of lazy. And so I tried to add like at least 2 pictures to everything, but like even for my second one-pager, like overall, where it was just like interview your friends, I added pictures of the friends that I interviewed just to give more face and effort to it. And I also learned how to put more into the borders of the one-pagers, because sometimes the borders were just like just words. Yeah, and like I feel like sometimes that is what it asked for, but I feel like it's too easy, because like that is like less than a sentence, at least what I found, unless you really shrank it down.
Right.
And so that also like tested you to make sure like you could be succinct with what you're saying. Don't laugh at my speech impediment. Let's see. Of the 3 I showed you, would you say that one, sleeping and like the movies, is your favorite just because of all the pictures?
Yeah. I like the pictures.
That's fun too, because that was one of my last ones, so it showed how I evolved.
You mastered it.
Yeah.
The art of one page.
What did you find interesting about the one-pagers? Like, did you learn anything new?
No, but only because, like you said, I've been following along with the class already, so I feel like I'm already kind of somewhat familiar on a bit of everything. However, if I went into this blind and I just read the one-pager, it would provide a lot of info, key info, in a short amount of time.
Yay! What details or like your own personal experiences would you have added if you were to make one-pager?
None that I can think of at the moment.
In your daily life, do you do anything that involves like text and pictures? Like, do you kind of have your own way of making a one-pager?
Yeah, in a way. Whenever we pass on a machine at work to another operator, we kind of have to give a summary on where we at with the part, how often we've calibrated it, where it's at in this stage, and just a summary of the machine's condition and where we at with parts and stuff. So in a way, it's kind of like that, minus the pictures.
Okay.
So it's just a bunch of info on like a little index card.
Index card.
Yeah.
Can you share one new idea or concept that you've taken away? Even if it was like kind of from the past, as I brought you along.
To help us sleep.
Yeah.
The one that I said didn't really work because I just never did it was putting the phone away in that gap between off the screen and falling asleep. It does make a noticeable difference. I feel asleep. I feel tired more naturally.
Yeah. Did you know, on your phone there's an option to turn off blue light, and it kind of makes your phone more orangey and it doesn't stimulate as much?
Yeah, mine's. I don't think my phone has that, but I used to have one that would.
It's even on my laptop right now. That's why when I'm staying up till 5 a.m. doing homework, it is screen time.
You
but
should just like buy one of those cool glasses, but
with
make
the
it
built-in
Yeah.
blue light, yeah. I think I used to have them in like 8th grade.
That's badass.
Do you have any last comments or questions?
No, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I swear, I did this project. I wanted to do my own applied thing, and so I used him as a guinea pig to show I understood key points. And this is more of a follow-up after, because I was really interested and I wanted to know if I could like help people sleep better with what I learned. So I swear I was prepared. I just wanted to do that first. But no, we're all good. You understand?